Welcome to our Deer Lake Village market update. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide in Park City, Utah. Today we're going to take a look at the Park City real estate market and Deer Lake Village in particular. So let's hop right into it. I'd like to begin by just giving you an overview of what's been happening in the Park City real estate market, and then we will turn our attention to Deer Lake Village. Over the last 12 months, there's been 1,454 sales in Park City. Now this is over the past 12 months. This is homes, condominiums, and vacant land combined. This is all real estate brokerages combined. And that's up 9% or 120 sales from that same 12-month period the year before. This graph here breaks it down into homes, condominiums, and lots or vacant land. And we're looking at September 2014 through August 2015. That's depicted by the red bars, and the gold/tan color is the 12-month period right before that. Homes here are up the number of sales by 7%, climbing from 505 sales all the way up to 539. Condominiums is up significantly by 20%. Number of deals increased from 605 sales to 723 sales. And the lot market, you can see, is actually down by 14%, dropping from 224 sales down to 192 sales. Now, the main reason for that is the number of lots has significantly decreased. So if you don't have a lot of properties, obviously you can't sell them. Now, what's happening with prices? Everyone wants to know, where are we in terms of property values? This graph here takes a look at home medium sold prices, same time period we talked about previously. But now we're breaking it down to Park City and the Snyderville Basin. So Park City represents properties within the city limits, and the Snyderville Basin is kind of Park City County area, if you will. Now, in terms of prices, again, keep in mind this is median sold prices. In the city, it's down slightly, 1% we say, but just about across the board, because we're going from 1,347,450 slightly down to 1,336,250. So that difference could be a home located in a slightly different location or different views. So it's pretty even and level. What's significant to see here is that in the Snyderville Basin, prices are up by 20%, climbing from a median price of $720,000 all the way to $866,250. So that's significant. This graph here looks at condominiums, and within the city limits, we're seeing an increase in value of about 5%, climbing from $521,000 up to $549,000. In the Snyderville Basin, we see a more significant increase, 13%, rising from $339,500 all the way up to $385,000. So both homes and condos, particularly in the Snyderville Basin, double-digit appreciation, very strong. Now we're looking at lots, and within the Park City limits, basically level. The median sold price went up by $1,000 from $599,000 to $600,000. It's less than 1%, actually 0.17%. In the county area, it's pretty level too, up by 1% from $325,000 to $327,250. So values have kept pretty steady for land both within the city limits and the county as well. Now, this graph here I wanted to include because it shows us how many transactions are cash transactions. And this graph here is going back to 2007, looking at how many, what percentage of properties were purchased with cash only, no financing. And you can see consistently up very high the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, almost half, one of every 2 deals was all cash. The thing that I want to point out to you is in the first quarter of 2015, we saw the highest number of sales by cash. 56% were purchased with all cash. Very, very impressive, lots of cash out there for purchases. But in the second quarter, we do notice that it dropped all the way to 43%, which is significant when you look at the other previous years. And the main reason for that is kind of a combination of, one, interest rates still remain very, very attractive, and some more options became available for financing. So people who would otherwise purchase with cash are taking advantage of some of the financing available. Now let's turn our attention to Deer Lake Village and see what's been happening there. Condominium sales in Deer Lake Village are up 400% over last year's number of sales. Well, that's a big number. Let's see what it's made of. Well, the previous year there were 2. This past 12-month period there were 10. So that is a big increase. That's why. So it jumped from 2 to 10 sales over the last 12-month period. And we like to look at absorption rate, and that is the rate of sales. And what we do is we look back to the past year and we see how many sales there were and basically divide that by 365 to get a sense of how quickly properties are selling at Deer Lake Village. They're selling at a pace of 1 sale every 37 days, which is very, very strong, pretty quick time on the market. There are currently no condominiums on the market in Deer Lake Village. So if you were thinking about selling and you own one, good time to sell when you have no competition within the condominium property. Selling prices have ranged from $675,000 all the way to $1,021,000. A big spread based upon size and features of the property and whether they've been remodeled or not. The median sold price is $867,000. That is up 15% from the previous year's value. Here we're looking at the chart. It was the year before $754,250. Past year $867,000. That's where we're seeing that 15% increase. So very positive. Number of sales increased significantly. Prices went up. Now, if you're interested in knowing the specifics on these sales that we just shared with you, or just send me an email at ron@thewilsteinteam.com. And you could also send it to my colleague Doug at thewilsteinteam.com. We often do these together, even though I'm running solo on this presentation. And I'll be happy to send you the information. That way you can take a look at it. If you want to receive it by email, you can look at the pictures and compare it with your own property if you wish to do so. Let me know. And let me just say here, we typically do these webinars on individual condominium properties about once every 6 months, but I do want to let you know how you can get information like what we're sharing here with you today anytime that you want, because you don't have to wait for the next webinar to come out. What you do is you bookmark BuyParkCityRealEstate.com/Deer Lake Village. You can go to thewilsteinteam.com/Deer Lake Village, take you to the same place. And if you go there, well, let me take you there. I'll show you what you'll see. Here is BuyParkCityRealEstate.com. This is the homepage, landing page. And if you simply go up to your browser and add that /Deer Lake Village and then hit enter, it will take you to a special page I've set up there for Deer Lake Village. And what you're seeing here is some information about Deer Lake Village, and then you can go down here and you'll see 2 buttons. The green one is watch a webinar for an update on Deer Lake Village. In essence, that's what you're doing right now. But you can click that at any time, either rewatch this or see the next version of it. Or you can go to this maroon button that says send me current sales data for Deer Lake Village condominiums. This is what I want to point out to you. Highlight over it, it turns purple. Click on it and it takes you to this very simple form. It takes you less than a minute to fill out. And it basically says, well, it does say current sales data request. You put in your property address or your unit number if you want, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and then down here you put your name, first and last name, and your email. If you wish, you can include your mailing address. That way you'll receive our quarterly newsletter, and otherwise we're not going to bug you. And then if you have any particular questions about the market, you can go to the comment box right there and type in any question that you have. And then the green button, you click submit form. That form will come to me, and then I will send you an update of active listings, pending transactions, and closed sales at Deer Lake Village going back 12 months. So you can do that anytime you want. There's no obligation, there's no cost. It's just good information. When you need it, we will provide it. Now I want to give you a quick update before we conclude this webinar. I'm sure you're aware that Vail Resorts purchased Park City Mountain Resort, brought the two resorts together last year, operated them as separate resorts, that now they are combining them, and they have been investing about $50 million into improving the resort. And I just want to point out a couple things which has got everybody very excited. Quicksilver is the name of the gondola, which is combining the resorts. It's basically bridging Park City Mountain Resort with canyons and canyons with Park City Mountain Resort. The new name of the resort, by the way, is simply Park City Resort. But the towers are in, and they're making progress there. I'm not sure if the chairs have been hooked up yet, but they're really making progress, and of course they need to. It won't be long before the resort opens. There's also a new restaurant going in at the base of Quicksilver Gondola and the Silver Lode Express Lift. Basically, their base is the same. So you see the framing that's going on up there, and so that will be a great place to eat. And then at the base of the Mother Lode lift, they've replaced that 4-person lift to a 6-pack, so now it's 6-person. Sometimes it gets a little bit bottlenecked there, a little longer line than anybody wants. So this will take care of that issue. Other improvements, of course, have gone on, a lot of enhancements, a lot of upgrades, but those are the ones that everybody's most interested in. Thought I'd tell you a little bit about them. Park City Mountain Resort scheduled opening date is November 21st, so that is really just 2 months away. And so start waxing up those skis and those boards. I do want to mention to you, if you're not already aware of it, that Vail sells a pass they call the Epic Pass. There's an Epic Pass, and then there's a Epic Local Pass that is a little less money but has some restrictions. And this will allow you to ski both the Park City Mountain Resort and canyons. Again, now one. We got to get used to 2 resorts being one. 7,300 skiable acres. So lots of terrain there. One pass will get you on there. And not only there, but you can go over to Colorado and ski Vail. You can ski Beaver Creek, and you can ski actually any of Vail's operated resorts worldwide with the Epic Pass. So great deal. Just go to their website or go to BuyParkCity.com, and you'll be able to pick that up. I don't want to leave Deer Valley out. Of course, Deer Valley, finest resort in Park City, and there's mountain biking going on there, but soon that will come to an end, and they will be opening up. Typically, they open about the first weekend in December, assuming there's enough snow and the conditions meet up to the standard of Deer Valley. But Deer Valley will be open, ready to go too, pretty soon. Now, people have been asking, with all the money that Vail is putting into Park City Resort, what impact are those improvements having on the Park City real estate market? I'm not going to share those details with you here just because of time, but we will be discussing that very question in our next Market Talk webinar on October 15th. We do a Market Talk webinar about 18-20 minutes every month. We deal with market data like what we've covered here, but more, and we deal with a variety of topics that are relevant. And this upcoming webinar is going to talk about the Park City Market Talk webinar. Mark is going to talk about the Vail improvements at this upcoming Park City Market Talk webinar will just discuss the topic of what impact will Vail's improvements have on the Park City real estate market. Finally, if you want to learn how much your Deer Valley condo is worth in today's market, simply go to our website, BuyParkCityRealEstate.com. Scroll down to the Learn What Your Property is Worth section on the home page, complete the form, and email to myself or to Doug, and we're happy to do that. Again, let me take a second, just show you what it looks like. Here we are, we're on the home page, BuyParkCityRealEstate.com. Simply scroll past the Start Your Park City search, then there's listings and a webinar, and then you come to this portion here, learn what your property is worth in today's market. Again, identify your property here. In this case, it would be a condo. Fill in the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. Those are simply on pull-down menu, so real easy to complete, and answer the other questions. Then fill in your name, first and last name, an email address, and down here It says, I'm interested in additional information. And the first one says, contact me now for a free property value assessment. Click that one, and any of the others that may be pertinent, go down the green button and push it, and I will get notified, and we'll contact you to arrange a time to see your unit, give you that information. No cost, no obligation, just good information, and take advantage of that if that's of interest to you. Have any questions? Email me, Ron at thewilsteinteam.com, or my colleague Doug at thewilsteinteam.com. If you want to call from either one of us, include your phone number and a preferred time, and we will happily give you a call. Again, a reminder, watch our Park City Market Talk webinar any month. We update them on the 15th day of the month, and as I said, we'll deal with the Vail topic on this upcoming one. Thank you for taking the time to watch our webinar, and we're here to assist in any way that we can, and enjoy the slopes this upcoming ski season. Bye-bye.